Sport Unlimited offers a variety of activities in friendly or informal settings.
We offer skiing and snowboarding, parkour, trampolining, cheerleading, street dance, body popping, and of course we do offer standard stuff like the basketball and the football and more of the traditional sports. Some programs are, they're called multi-sport, so young people might be doing different sports week to week. Sports like parkour and sports that are perhaps a little bit different, cheerleading and dance, those sorts of things, they don't have the resource that other sports have got. So, really utilising the Sport Unlimited funding for sports that don't have that funding is probably the good way to go. And it gives young people much more of a diverse offer. They want something that's slightly, dangerous, and there's an element of risk involved. So we want to provide that, but clearly where it is risk-free and where it's delivered by professionals, which is absolutely key.
I think we've done some skateboarding, we've done some BMX biking, and this has all been through the funding from the Sports Unlimited projects. Children that don't want to be part of a team necessarily would rather go to an alternative activity, because very often it's all about individual performances or just taking part, not necessarily a performance. So I think alternative activities are very important.
Participants say alternative sports and minority sports also offer some strategic advantage.
Hockey's a good sport, and once you get good at it, it's quite fun. You can go quite far with it because it's not like football. You've got a better chance of getting far with hockey.
Tapson School, it's been very influential at getting a number of students involved with things like climbing and bouldering, which go away from the mainstream kind of ideal of competitive team sports. There are role models within these sports now. I think that, and I think also as well there's a kind of a counterculture ethic of students wanting to do something a little different, and their interests are different. Team sports don't engage all students.
Some girls prefer the non-competitive sports where they can just compete at their own level, not necessarily against others. And I do think there are some boys that prefer that as well when they've got no pressure on them, but I think the girls particularly prefer the alternative activities. I know some of the other things we've done have been kind of fitness and aerobic type sessions, and they've loved those kind of things.
So, if you are a young person, you may feel pampered for choice. On offer are mainstream sports, alternative or non-traditional activities, minority sports and multi-sports. Spreading awareness about them all has proven to be a challenge.
The marketing side of Sport Unlimited is quite a big thing. It really is about listening to what the young people want, and not just what sport they want, but actually how they want to deliver to them, when they want to deliver to them, how do we market to them. These are the sorts of questions that we've been asking.
Having some sort of marketing like the t-shirts and water bottles is just marketing so people identify with Sport Unlimited logo.
Apart from merchandising, the program is publicized through schools, youth clubs and community agencies. Sport Unlimited also has become something of a brand on the internet. County-wise and activity-wise websites have mushroomed. Social networking sites buzz with online content about the program. The county of South Yorkshire as a whole and the city of Sheffield are eager to meet their targets and if possible exceed them, be it the number of participants, retention rate or investments.
We've got over 100 projects running every term, around 3,000 young people taking part every single term. A big part of the Sport Unlimited programme is also that young people are retained in programmes. So we're really trying to support our delivery partners to make sure young people get to the project, but also that they actually stay there for at least 6 out of those 10 sessions. But ideally, they're staying there for the full project so that we can get some retention. Nationally, they want to get 900,000 young people involved in Sport Unlimited, so it's a big programme nationally.
We have two sets of targets. One is to, in terms of the number of people who we engage in the programme, and then the next target is how many we retain within the programme. So theoretically, you like to retain all of the kids that start, but that doesn't always happen. So we aim for a 60% retention, and I believe we're well over that actually. So we've done not too bad. We need to engage a few more, but the retention's excellent.
In South Yorkshire, every year we need to retain 7,410 young people in programmes. That's across the whole programme and across the whole year. So clearly you break that down across the 3 terms of the school year, etc., and across the 4 areas of South Yorkshire. So yes, we hit 90% of our retained target last year in year 1 of the programme. meaning that the 10% that we didn't achieve is rolled onto this year. So we've got to work quite hard this year to almost catch up on that 10%. But nationally speaking, that's quite a good figure to have retained on a big programme. First year, the county sport partnerships have been asked to do this work. So I view that to be quite a positive outcome at this moment in time.
Positive outcomes also emerged in terms of returns on investments in South Yorkshire, including Sheffield.
The overall investment in South Yorkshire is around £600,000 over 3 years of the programme. Last year, so that's sort of 2 terms of delivery, so again it's sort of 2/3 of what we would expect out of a year. We've had around 6,000 young people attending programmes. Now that equates to 17,000 visits, because obviously they're doing 10 weeks, or the maximum they can do is 10 weeks. So you've got 6,000 young people doing sport 17,000 times, and around 4,000 of those young people have been retained, which means they've attended at least 6 of the 10 sessions that they could attend.
The programme alone, we've engaged with about 1,100 young people. It's a good figure because this is 1,100 young people who wouldn't have been doing that activity. So for us it's a high figure probably.
With such impressive results and targets, and given the 2012 London Olympics, Sport Unlimited has raised many hopes and expectations for the future, but its 3-year time frame is much debated.
It is a type of project I'd like to see continued beyond the 3 years.
I think there should be funding that's allocated over a greater amount of time to allow a number of students. The culture has to change in schools and in PE. And I think this project is helping that culture change, I think.
I've got younger brothers that would love to do this. I've told them about it before, and I think they're going to come when they're old enough to do so. So it should definitely carry on for more than 3 years.
Calls for a permanent programme are widespread, but not everyone thinks it's a practical idea.
Financially, no, but what we're trying to do, and this is why I think we're doing the right approach, is we're giving the money to clubs to give them the opportunity to expand, to be able to take these kids in long term. So that's, for me, is sustainable. If we carry on funding and carry on funding and carry on funding, it's never going to be sustainable, because one day the money will just go and then that'll be it.
But optimism is the word, at least for the foreseeable future.
We've got a lot of things in the pipeline for this year, a lot more investment coming in, a lot more support and help to delivery partners. So it can only really increase, and we are potentially looking for the 3rd year of the programme to bring on board a commercial sponsor, with some of the work that we're doing in South Yorkshire Sport as well, but looking to perhaps use some of that investment money to bulk up again the Sport Unlimited programme for the 3rd year.
Here, the clinching positive notes for the final time.
It's a programme that we will work with Sport England hopefully to ensure that it is sustainable beyond the 3-year period, and it's something that we're be very happy to work on, definitely.